In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on September 1st, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. West Virginia versus Pittsburgh. Once one of college football's premier rivalries, the Pittsburgh Panthers and the West Virginia Mountaineers will battle in the famous backyard brawl after an 11-year hiatus. The longtime rivals now reside in different conferences as the Panthers are the defending Atlantic Coast Conference champions while the Mountaineers do battle in the high-scoring Big 12 Conference. Pittsburgh comes into the season ranked 17th nationally while West Virginia is unranked. West Virginia is 10-3 against the spread in the last 13 in September and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. The Mountaineers are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 overall. Meanwhile, the Panthers are 3-1 against the spread in their last 5 in September and 11-4 against the spread in their last 15 overall. Pitt is 9-4 against the spread in their last 13 non-conference games. The Pittsburgh Panthers are ranked number 17 in the nation to start the season thanks to having a dominating defense that will pressure the quarterback as well as make several tackles behind the line of scrimmage. Pittsburgh also has a talented transfer quarterback in Keldon Slovis who should fit in seamlessly replacing the departed Kenny Pickett. West Virginia has had trouble finding any sort of consistency at 17-18 the past 3 seasons. The Mountaineers will have a tough offense to handle with quarterback JT Daniels but will give up plenty of yards to the Pittsburgh offense through the air. Pittsburgh has covered the spread in 11 of its last 15 and West Virginia has failed to cover the spread in 4 of the last 5. Things are looking pretty positive for Pittsburgh. They've been in 2 of the last 4 Atlantic Coast Conference championship games and have a solid new offensive coordinator in Frank Cignetti. Sure, Kenny Pickett is gone, as is Jordan Addison. That said, USC transfer Keldon Slovis will have an excellent offensive line to work behind, and the team boasts a nice stable of running backs. Pittsburgh will still likely give up a ton of passing yards, but their talent in all the other facets should more than make up for it. So the Pittsburgh Panthers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This total number has dropped nearly 4 points from the opening line. Western Virginia is determined to play their offense at a high pace in 2022 and will push that pace in the opener, while the Panthers have stressed the need to run the ball, and they will be forced to put the ball in the air in this game to keep pace with the Mountaineers. Another bonus will be the ideal conditions of late summer that should lend itself to each team's high-powered offense and both teams sucking wind on defense. In addition, this game will certainly feature turnovers as both teams try and adjust to new systems that could result in excellent field position and quick scores. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. South Carolina State Bulldogs versus UCF Knights. The UCF Knights and South Carolina State Bulldogs do battle Thursday night in Week 1 college football action from Bright House Network Stadium. South Carolina managed to go 7-5 overall in 2021, earning an invite to the Celebration Bowl where they beat Jackson State. As for UCF, they posted a 9-4 overall run last year. The Knights ultimately beat Florida in the Gasparilla Bowl to finish off the season. South Carolina State followed up an abbreviated 2020 season with a 7-5 overall effort last year. The Bulldogs did great in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, hosting a 5-0 record and taking the championship by 1 game over North Carolina Central. The Bulldogs season started out rough as the team lost 4 of their first 5 games. South Carolina State finished strong, however, going 6-1 the rest of the way. On December 18th in the Celebration Bowl, the Bulldogs ended on a high note with a 31-10 win over Jackson State. Over on the UCF side, they did pretty well in 2021 considering the team had to contend with the likes of Cincinnati and Houston in the American Athletic Conference standings. The Knights ultimately went 9-4 overall with a 5-3 mark in American Athletics Conference play, good enough for 3rd place in the standings. UCF also started out on a rocky stretch in 2021, going 3-3 over their first 6 outings. The Knights went a nice 6-1 in the remaining games with a lone loss to SMU. UCF earned an invite to the Gasparilla Bowl Bowl on December 23rd, where they took out Florida 29-17. This is looking like a really fun matchup despite the line. The key here may very well be the running game. UCF should have some solid run blocking this season, and with guys like Isaiah Bowser in the backfield, they'll dispense rush yards in chunks. South Carolina State should have the advantage when it comes to tamping down the Knights' passing game, though the Bulldogs boast a great defensive front and they'll cause a lot of problems in the backfield. Still, if UCF can play the ball control game here and rattle off some first downs by rushing, I believe that they'll be in line for a big W, so the UCF Knights to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Central Michigan versus Oklahoma State. Week 1 of the college football season is upon us, and it brings non-conference action when the MSC travels to the Sooner State to face a program from the Big 12. The Central Michigan Chippewas are on the road as they make the trip to face the number 12 Oklahoma State Cowboys Thursday night. Central Michigan finished the 2021 season with a 9-4 record and capped the year with a 24-21 win over Washington State in the Sun Bowl. Oklahoma State finished the year 12-2 last season, reached the Big 12 title game, and then knocked off Notre Dame 37-35 in the Fiesta Bowl. These two programs have split 2 previous meetings, with the Chippewas stunning then hash 22 Oklahoma State 30-27 in Stillwater in the most recent meeting on September 10, 2016. The Oklahoma State Cowboys begin this year highly ranked with big hopes, and they kick their season off on Thursday night when they welcome in the Central Michigan Chippewas. Oklahoma State, coming off a 12-2 record, should once again boast one of the top defenses in all of college football, although it did lose its top 4 tacklers from a year ago, and it may take some time for the new guys to mesh everything together. Offensively, the Cowboys struggled last year getting much going through the air, so it will be interesting to see what they have done to try and better that to start out this season. As for Central Michigan, it returns running back Lou Nichols III, who led the nation in rushing in 2021. The defense is experienced and should be one of the better units in the Mid-American Conference, governed by a front that led the country in tackles for loss a year ago. Although Oklahoma State had a terrific campaign last year, it did start out fairly slow. In weeks 1 and 2 last season, the Cowboys beat Missouri State and Tulsa by a combined 12 points and began the year 0-2 against the spread. The Chippewas, on the other hand, finished out 2021 with a 5-0 record against the spread. They were also 2-1 against the spread versus Power 5 opponents, showing they have the ability to hang with the big dogs. The controversial 2016 meeting between these two schools is remembered by college football fans everywhere. And while this game might not live up to that kind of hype, Central Michigan has plenty of playmakers in key positions to keep this one close. Take the chips. So Central Michigan to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Central Michigan saw the under post an 8-5 record in their 13 games last season. The Chippewas alternated streaks as they went under the number in their first 2 games, over in their next 2, under in the following 3, over in the 3 after that, and closed the year with 3 consecutive unders. Their defense stiffened down the stretch, outscoring the opposition 92-48 in their final 3 games. Oklahoma State saw the under go 8-5 in their contests last season as they boasted one of the top defenses in the nation. The Chippewas averaged 57 points per game last season, but they didn't score more than 24 points in 3 games against Power 5 teams last season. The Cowboys had one of the best defenses in the country last season, and they were great against the run, which is Central Michigan's strength. Even though they lost a lot of talented players, they reloaded in the offseason and will be up to the task of slowing down the Chippewas, who will be held under 25 points in this game. The Cowboys averaged 31 points per game last season. Even though it was mainly due to playing in a tough conference, they scored more than 35 points only 4 times. The Chippewas weren't great defensively last season, but they gave up more than 30 points in a game only 3 times. They aren't as good as they were last season, but they will still play well, so don't expect them to give up many points for the Cowboys to push the score past the total. Plus, the Chippewas and Cowboys played under the total in their 2 meetings. If Mason can find a way to keep Oklahoma State at something that resembles last season's performances, they'll be in good shape. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.